Yogis, thanks for coming back and joining me again. Today we have an all levels balancing sequence. This sequence is focused on physical balancing postures, but it's more about creating more balance in the mind and more clarity in the mind as we go through a moving meditation. When we do our moving meditation, bring all of your focus to the breath. Inhale. Exhale. That's all that matters. If you notice that you get distracted, you start thinking about what you're going to have for lunch, or you start thinking about something that you need to do once you get off your mat, let whatever you're thinking go and come right back to the inhale and the exhale. The name for this specific type of mental practice, of type of present moment awareness, is grata, which means single pointed attention. Keep your attention in the breath as we move. Maintain your balance as much as possible, and if you fall over, who cares? Get right back up and do it again. Please stand up. Stand with the feet hip distance apart, turn the toes to point forward, and bring your hands to heart center. Gently close the eyes, feel your feet touch down on the ground, begin to strengthen your legs in a nice strong samatita mountain pose. Lean a little bit too far forward into your toes so the heels lift off slightly. Come back to the center. Lean a little bit too far back into the heels so it feels like you might fall over, but don't. Come back to the center. Take your body weight into your right foot so that the left foot is still touching, yet all of the body weight moves on to one leg. Back to the center. Other side, all the body weight to the left foot, right foot hovers. And come back to the center. Bend your left knee to the chest, point the toes down to the ground. Interlace the fingers around the left shin, then draw the left knee up nice and high to your chest. This will help to release the hip flexor, keep your left hip down. And if it feels like this is too much for you, the modified version is just holding on to your knee with one or both hands. Thigh parallel to the ground, maybe even flex your foot, especially if you've got the thigh parallel. It's just different energy. Then lengthen up through the crown of your head. The spine and pelvis are neutral. So it's like your spine just kind of grows out of your pelvis to make you longer and taller as you stay balanced. Tree pose. Place the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Push the foot into the thigh, the left knee angles down. Now, if you notice that it's a little bit hard to get your foot up so high, and the toes are touching the inside of the knee, then rather than bringing the foot up high, place your foot down lower to the inside of the calf. Even if it's just the tip of a toe touching the inside of your knee, better to go lower than let your foot slide down. Otherwise, you'll keep the foot up nice and high. Maintain your balance, press your hands together. Push into the big toe mound of your right foot. And the left thigh is externally rotating, which means the left thigh is working back to open the knee. Beautiful hip opening pose. And draw the left knee into the chest. And step your left foot down, hip distance away from your right foot. Use your eyes, check out where your foot landed. Be sure that the toes are lined up exactly. Then shift your body weight to your left foot. Bend your right knee to the chest. Interlace the fingers, pull the knee in nice and close to the body. Or do the same modification and just gently hold on to your right knee like you did on the other side. Choose whichever is going to serve you the best. That's how it works when we're finding balance, because balance changes from moment to moment and it's different for different people. So learn to listen to your body. Listen to it whisper. Listen to it if it screams. We want to listen before it feels like we've been hit by a truck. Bang! Tree pose, bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. The knee angles down to the ground, or go inside of the left shin if that's what you did on the other side. Hands to heart center. Try and push into the big toe mound of your left foot so that eventually the hips don't move over to the left. You'll notice my hips are a little bit to the left, but I'm trying to work into center so that eventually we've got what they call joint stacking, but actually isn't possible happening. Belly is pulled in, armpits are hollow, shoulders slide down. Lower your right foot down to the ground. Check your toes. Shift the body weight to your right foot, bend your left knee to the chest. Grab onto the knee or interlace the fingers on the shin and lift the leg up nice and high. Tree pose. Place the sole of your left foot on the inside of the right thigh or inside of the calf. Bring the hands to heart center and find balance. Go a bit further, arms up over top of your head. You can keep the elbows bent, palms touching. Or if the shoulders are tight, open the arms out wide to the sides like a big V. It's your hallelujah moment. Hallelujah! I laugh at my own jokes. Lean a little bit over towards the left. If you want to go even further, it's a bit of a side body stretch. Try and keep your balance. If you wiggle and wobble, if you fall, fantastic. We have to fall to find balance. This one's a little bit funny. Slide the left foot down, place it on the ground on the outside of the right foot, hands come down. Slide the left foot down, hands come down, turn the body to face the right. Step your right foot forward so you're at the top right side of your mat, the skinny part, and bend the left knee to your chest once again. Suck in the belly, balance, breathe. Tree pose, sole of the left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Lift up out of the waist, arms up to the ceiling. Send it back, airplane pose. Left knee goes straight back behind you, straighten the left leg. Keep the head and the chest lifted. The arms point back behind you, palms of the hands face the ground, and the left hip is in line with the right. Now sometimes our airplanes have turbulence, totally cool if yours does today. Bend your right knee, work into the thigh more, bring the hands to heart center. Think back bend. Lift the left foot up. Open through your chest, draw the belly in. Keep the strength in your right quadricep and the right knee stacked over top of the ankle. And step back into a lunge. Left foot goes way far back behind you. Wiggle it if you need to get more distance. Bring your pelvis into a neutral position. So there's a lifting up that happens in the front of the body. And the left hip goes forward, right hip back. You can place the hands down on your right knee if you need to, your right thigh. If you need to modify further, just lower your left knee all the way down to the ground. Otherwise, keep the knee lifted, arms up to the ceiling for lunge. Lengthen into the sides of the body. Engage the inner thighs and work into the core. Now, even a lunge pose can be tricky for the balance sometimes, so just stay with it as best you can. For the extra challenge of our lunge, bring the left hand down towards the inside of your left thigh. Lean back and reach the right arm up over top of you. So open up into the chest, keep the balance. And back up to the center, left arm goes back, up to the ceiling. Other side with a bit of a twist, right hand to the inside of the outside, Lean backwards. Still open into the chest, bend your right knee a lot. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. Push down with your right foot, straighten your right leg, stay balanced. Exhale, bend the right knee and the elbows, sink down. Inhale, straighten the right leg, arms up. Exhale, bend the right knee, open your chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Ooh, funky for balance. Exhale, bend, open the chest. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, Both hands down towards the ground, either side of your front foot. You can place the hands on top of the shin. You need a little bit more lift, or you could use blocks under your hands. Whee! Otherwise, hands touch the ground. Bring the left hip forward, right hip back. Pelvis is in a nice flat position. There's a natural curve in the back where the lower back curves in and the upper back curves out. Crown of the head moves toward the front. Then lower your left heel down, lift your right toes, pivot around to face the front. Fold the body forward, relax the head, relax the neck, and grab onto the outside of your heel. Now if your head is touching the ground, lift your heels up, bring your heels in, then toes in, shorten up the distance, then fold your head back down to create a little bit more space. The neck is totally relaxed. Shake out your neck if you need to, especially if you feel tension creeping in. And hands down to the ground. Lift your heels up, heels turn in, toes turn out. Balance on the heels, toes come up, turn the toes in, heels turn out. Lift the heels up, heels turn in, toes turn out. Lift the toes up, turn the toes to point forward. Lift one foot at a time, slide your hands underneath, and bring the tips of the toes up nice and far to the crease of your wrist. Stand on the hands, relax the head, relax the upper body, let your head hang forward. Engage the front of the thighs, keep the belly pulled in. Another forward fold. Use your core strength. And if you'd like an extra challenge for your balance, look at the ground, lean forward, and lift one or both of your heels off the mat. Balanced only on the balls of your feet with the hands still underneath the feet. And both heels come down, hands out from underneath. Tuck in the chin to the chest, round up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Shift your body weight to your left foot, bend your right knee to the chest. Interlace the fingers, pull the knee up nice and high. Find your balance point and notice if the balance on this side feels different than it did on the other side. Most of our bodies are not completely balanced. There's slight differences because we have slightly different habits. We write with the same hand every day. We cook with the same hand. We tend to put one leg in our pants first all the time. All of these create really slight imbalances in the body. Place your right foot to the inside of your left thigh, tree pose. Hands come through to heart center, squeeze the palms in. Really work to open the thigh. Find the stability of the left thigh pressing into the right foot. With the hands still touching, bring the arms up. Kind of a goddess-shaped tree. Or open your arms wide for your hallelujah version. For those tight shoulders. My shoulders say hallelujah when they don't feel tight too. Then lean over towards your right if you want to be a willow tree. Stretch into the side body. Notice when you lean to the right, in order to stay balanced, the hips go over to the left because the head is really heavy. In the transition, right foot to the outside of the left foot. Swing the hands around. Turn. Whoop. Step your left foot towards the front top edge of your left side of the mat. And bend your right knee towards the chest. Focus on one point in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. Tree pose. Inhale. Both hands together. Exhale. Airplane pose. Inhale. Chest forward. Leg back. Exhale, hands come down two, palms face the ground. Maintain that really strong breath, guys. Let me hear you breathing. And bend the left leg, keep the breath strong, bring the hands to heart center. Lift up through your back leg, lift up through your chest. The whole time, grata, focus. Inhale. Exhale. Drop it to a lunge. Whoop! There's the balance play. Slide the right foot back. Thigh parallel to the ground. Open into the right hip flexor. Keep the strength in your back right leg. If you modify it on the other side and drop the knee down, do the same thing here. Same option with the hands, down onto the knee or arms up towards the ceiling. And try and squeeze the legs in towards each other. At the same time, open your chest up more without it letting the rib cage flare out. Fingers expand towards the ceiling. Side body is long to create space for the breath. Variation, right hand down to the inside of right thigh. Lean back, open your heart. Keep the core strong as you move from variation to variation. Inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling, joins the left. Other side, left arm back behind you. Grab onto the thigh, or maybe just catch on to the inner hip if you can't reach the thigh. Lean back. Could look down towards your left shoulder, to the back side of the room, or gaze up if you've got the balance. Inhale, left arm goes back and up. Straighten both of the legs, keep the balance. Exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbows to a cactus position. Inhale, straighten the leg, both arms go up. Exhale, cactus with an arch in the spine. Elbows can go beyond the cactus. Back, back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus. Inhale, arms up. Slowly exhale, tilt the hips forward, the pelvis forward. Lower both hands down to the ground, either side of your front foot. Level out through the hips, choose the modification if you did on the other side. And today, because we're working balance, stay high up onto the ball of your right foot. This is a stretch into the left calf and the left hamstring. You might get a little bit in your right calf as well. Shoulders slide down away from the ears so there's space for the breath. Stay grounded on your left foot and soften your left toes. Pivot around to the front. Toes turn in, heel down. Reach down and grab onto your heels. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift the heels. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Lift the toes. Toes turn in, heels turn out. Lift the heels. Heels down. Lift the toes. Toes down. Lift the heels. Find your feet parallel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. We'll do the same thing we did last time. I'll just turn to the side so you guys get a slightly better view of this. One hand goes underneath. The tips of the toes go all the way up to the crease of the wrist, so really get your toes in there. Step onto the hand. This also helps to release the wrist if you've been doing lots of down dogs, which we haven't today. Lean forward into the balls of your feet. Look at the ground. Keep the length in your spine. And see if you can lift the heels off the ground. A really unique balancing pose. A really worthwhile balancing pose. Keep leaning forward. Spine is in a slightly rounded position in the upper back. Feel the engagement in the top of the core just underneath the rib cage. And lower both of the heels down to the ground. Hands out from underneath the feet. Turn in the same direction as I am, so facing the left side of your mat. Reach the hands forward. Walk the feet back for a down dog. So first down dog that we've done today, and not going to be our last one, but we won't do too many. Create your upside down letter V-shaped position. Feel the strength in your arms and the equal strength in your legs. Tilt the sit bones up towards the ceiling, find the length in the neck. And see where you feel balanced here. Does your body feel more naturally balanced if you take more of the pressure into your arms? Maybe the head needs to come a little bit further forward to get more length in the spine. Or does your body feel more balanced when the weight is taken into the legs and the heels get closer to the ground? Modify it so that it feels good for your body. And we'll come into a couple of spine rolls. Inhale, roll the spine forward into a high plank, high push-up position. Exhale, bend the knees, send your bum up to the ceiling, arch the spine, and press back into dog. A little bit more challenging. Inhale, round the spine, come forward to a high plank position. Exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. Woo! Yeah, baby, press back into down dog. One more time like that. Inhale, round the spine, come forward, high push-up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Yeah. Push back into down dog. Look at the ground, right between your hands. Lift one foot off of the ground. Maybe it's your right foot, maybe it's your left. Find balance. And everyone, step your right foot up a bit closer to the front of the mat. The right toes are turned out. The heel is in, kind of like a warrior one stance. Inhale, reach the left leg. Whoosh, yeah, didn't touch up towards the ceiling. I thought it was going to graze the bridge. Find balance here. Engage through the front of your right thigh. If you do have the balance, bend your left leg. Bring the head and the chest more forward and lift the palm of your right hand off the ground. Do spider hands. The left leg rises high to the ceiling. If you still have the balance, float the right hand up and reach the right hand back. Grab onto your left top of the foot and press the top of the foot into the hand. Come into a nice long arch. And right hand towards the ground. Left leg straight back. Step the left foot down. Place your left foot on the floor at the same angle as your right. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back behind you. Lower through the right hip, find your balance first. Lengthen through the inner arms, again, lengthen through the core. And lengthen through your entire right leg, take it really high. Bend your right knee, yet keep that length. It's like there's laser beams shooting from your toes. Pew, pew. Up onto the tips of your left fingers if you've got the balance. Maybe reach back with your left hand to grab onto your right foot. Then arch your spine, come forward. Press the foot back into the hand. Level out through the hips if you can. The only thing that matters is the inhale and the exhale. Moving meditation with Eka Grata, single pointed attention. Lower the left hand towards the ground. Bring your right foot to the floor. And walk your feet a bit closer to your hands. Now you can choose, either you turn to face me or you stay in the direction that we were just facing. We have one more balance before we cool it down. And this balance is on our hands. The crow pose. Crow pose is one of my favorites. It does take a little bit of time to get used to. So when the hands go down onto the ground, the most important thing to remember is that you need to catch yourself with the tips of your fingers and keep your booty nice and high. The elbows will go over top of the wrist to create a shelf. Bring the hands down to the ground. Lift your bum up nice and high to the sky. That already gets your butt nice and high. Put the palms flat. Lean forward into the hands, elbows over top of the wrist. So the shoulders are starting to dip down. If you need to, just stay here. Get used to putting pressure on your legs. Pressure on your arms. Lengthen a little bit into the back. Keep the core strong and steady. Then try one foot at a time. Lift your right foot up, pause. See how that feels, then lower the foot down. Try the other side. Left foot comes up, pause. Lower the left foot down. If you know how to do crow, I hope you're already in it. To go a little bit further, we'll try the beginner version. Knees go onto the elbows to squeeze in from the side. Then float the feet off of the ground. Lean forward. It's like you're a baby bird reaching for the worm. Push into the tips of your fingers. Hold for a little while. When you're ready, place the feet down. Alternate version. The knee will go either onto this little divot that we have in the elbow, or you can take it up higher to the inside of the armpit. Another little divot to hold the knees. Knee onto the elbow version. Palms down, lift your bum up nice and high. Lean forward into the hands. Place the knees on top of the elbows in your divot. Shift forward into the tips of your fingers, elbows over top of the wrist. Keep the elbows in, bring the feet off of the ground. Pull the heels in close to your body. Keep the rounding in your spine. It's actually quite important to have rounding as you progress in this. If your chest is more forward, it gives a bit more space to the breath, but it makes it harder to do advanced transitions later. Lower the feet down to the ground. Hoo-ah. Reach the hands forward in front of you. Palms touch. Keep the feet close together. Arms to the inside of the leg. You can bow the head down. Heels get close to the floor. Bring your awareness to the breath. Inhale. And exhale. And roll your bum down onto the ground. Turn around to face the front. Legs open nice and wide. Toes point up towards the ceiling. One hand to the front, other hand to the back. Scoot your booty forward. For good measure, do it again on the other side. With the toes pointed up and the feet flexed, the thighs roll out to the side to stretch into the groin. If your V is not that wide, it's cool. Do a mini V. Just bring the feet a little bit further forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands down in front of you. Keep the lift in the chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, crawl further forward, lead with your belly button. The pelvis tilts forward. Inhale, stay here. Exhale. If you've got the space for more, do it again. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale. Last one, inhale, lead with the opposite hand, or you're staying where you are. Exhale. Walk the hands in nice and close to the body. Bend your right leg. Bring the right foot in, close to the groin. Left leg comes forward, sole of the right foot to the inside of left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, find length in the spine. Exhale, lower the hands down to the ground, either side of your knee. Send your bum back behind you. You might even lift your bum cheeks up a little bit. Start to crawl the hands forward, keep the length in the spine. So it's not about touching your foot. Keep as much length as possible, and imagine that you're balancing on your foot in tree. Push the big toe mound of your right foot forward. Pull back slightly on the pinky toe edge. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you might grab onto the foot, but again, not necessary, only if it feels like it's going to enrich your practice. Lengthen the spine, roll the right hip open, and ground down through the back of your left thigh and your left and right sitting bones. Ekagrata, attention. Breathe in. And breathe out. Little twist variation. Right hand to the pinky toe edge of left foot, or if you're up high, right hand towards the place just underneath your left knee. Left hand back behind you. Twist, turn towards the left. Pull back with your right hand on your left foot. Gaze to the left side. Keep the right knee moving down and forward, and breathe. Inhale, lift your torso up to the center. Bend the left leg, drag the heel in. Slide your right foot further underneath. The right knee is grounded. Step your left foot to the outside of your right thigh or to the inside of your right shin if you need a little bit less twist in the legs. Two options. Right arm wraps around the left leg, both bum cheeks stay grounded. Give your leg a hug. You could grab onto the elbow or hold on to your wrist. Then press the fist into the leg. Twist your torso open and gaze over top of your left shoulder. Rotate back to the center. Right leg out in front, sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, keep that length, hands down either side of your knee. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, lead with your belly button. Lean into it. The left knee angles down towards the ground. All of the right toes point straight up to the ceiling. The chest is pulling the upper body forward, but there is an anterior tilt of the pelvis, so the pelvis is tilting towards the front. Sit bones go back like you're trying to show your butt to the person behind you. Maybe grab onto the foot, because hey, maybe you really like the person behind you. If you're not doing this in your home, hey. Or I really hope that you do like the people that are behind you if you're doing it in your home. I don't know how to not make that sound inappropriate. If your family's behind you, you might not want to stick out your butt so much, but if it's your significant other, hey baby, hey. And let go of your foot. Come all the way back up to the center. Bend your right knee, drag your right heel in. Bring the left heel in, close to the outside of your right hip. Both bum cheeks stay down. Step your right foot to the outside of the left thigh or inside of the left shin if that's what you did on the other side. Wrap the left arm around, squeeze the left elbow into the knee, or just hug with the hand if it doesn't reach the elbow. And either grab onto the hands or grab onto the elbows. Press your fist into the arms, twist open, and gaze towards the right. Now the left leg sometimes likes to wiggle and lift up in this. It's okay. Tends to be a little bit of a lack of flexibility. Invite your left knee to come down towards the ground and stay grounded. Push with your left toenails into the earth. Enjoy the twist and focus on your breathing. Full present moment awareness. And rotate your torso back to the center. Soles of the feet come together. Shift your bum a little bit further forward so that the heels come in really close to the groin. Now it's okay if your knees are up really high. If you do find that the knees are up quite high, you can take a pillow, place it underneath your butt. That'll lift your bum up higher and allow the knees to descend a little bit more. And it also helps to release some of the tight muscles in the lower back. Hands either side of the ankles. Inhale, lengthen the spine, press your chest forward. Use a little help from the elbows to push down as you lead with your belly button to lean in. And you can close your eyes. And reconnect to that grata focus point, single pointed attention. Inhale, present moment awareness. Exhale, unnecessary thought. And bring the torso back up to the center. Sit with your ankles crossed in Sukhasana, sweet and easy seat. This is where the soles of the feet turn up to the ceiling. One foot is in front of the other. If that doesn't work for you, normal cross-legged position. If that's not working for you, you can sit with your hips on your heels. Whatever is going to, as usual, nourish your practice the most. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs to the middle of your heart. Take a deep breath in. One Om. Thank you for joining me, yogis. Namaste. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell that you see at the top so that you know when I release a new video. Leave a comment, share it with your friends, and as always, I'll see you next time. Have a great practice. Ciao.